Hi guys, welcome back to another P3D version 5 video. Today we are going old school. We are going to be flying the DC-9 by Coolsky. But we also have a bit of an upgrade on it. So basically I finally decided to learn how to start doing PBR. There's a good video made by Adam J. Pestridge that you can find on YouTube if you Google PBR P3D. It's very simple to do that, but it's very nice when you do that. I've now basically only fiddled a bit with the outside, but as you can see, this Coolsky British Midland BMI looks like a totally new aircraft. It's not perfect, of course, because you still have the underlying right texture, but it does look completely new. It's a bit of a well, it's very easy to do the basics, but then if you want to do more things, you know, maybe add some, let's call them excluded areas from the PBR, you have to fiddle a bit more. For example, now the wing is all PBR with some metallic, so it looks very glossy. But I haven't done and I haven't yet done anything in that regard. But I have removed the PBR from the wheels, so the wheels themselves don't have any PBR, which I think looks much better. And there was also a recommendation from Adam J. Pestridge. So I can thoroughly recommend that. But of course, if you want to have them PBR as well, I don't see why not. But yeah, if you really want to do it properly, you might want to have a look and see what areas you want to have less PBR on, more. Now I kind of have the same on most of the fuselage. But it looks very much better than maybe go and watch one of my older videos with the DC-9. I think I flew with the SAS one. The outside looks much renewed. The wings are the ones I'm least happy with, just because it's too glossy. But you can fix that. To some extent, of course, it makes sense. It's just that the world isn't that black and white, right? It's, you know, you'll have some glossy parts, some that are a bit more matte. So that's good to be aware of. Today we're doing a very short flight. We're doing, I'm going to show you the sim brief flight plan. We are flying from Gatwick to Antwerpen. So a very short flight plan, but or a very short flight, but I thought that would be a fun one to just do, just to showcase this new PBR. And you can also do it in the cockpit. I did that just to see how it looked, but it became very intense, like almost to an extreme level, if I may say so. And I'm just gonna check quickly if I actually have that. Let me see. I think I saved a picture in one of my Discord channels. Maybe I didn't do the inside. I think I did the inside though, somewhere. Here we go. Now I found it. So, if you do PBR only, look at this cockpit, right? It looks very clear. It's very nice, but it's a bit too glossy, right? So I need to work a bit on it, but it looks like a totally modern aircraft, right? Just like next level. So that's very nice if we compare it to this, where you don't at all have that. It's all very matte and kind of, I don't know, feels kind of dead. Probably good back in the day, right? But now when we have these new tools like PBR, it's pretty nice. I've also tweaked the Mercury and some other ones, so hoping to fly even the Milvis one as well, 737, because it does make them look so much better. But yeah, let's get started. And we are gonna open up as a first. Let me see. Just they're a bit delayed now with the. There we go. We'll do a cold and dark. Then what we'll do is the dispatch. We have a flight plan that tells us to have around 13,000 of block fuel. We have another for the DC-9 actually that tells us to use around 8,000. So I'm gonna go with around 10,800, somewhere in between, right? Passenger count, we can go with full load, I think. I guess we would also want to put the weight though if we want to get the proper. So now we're at like 92. Let me see what we get. Okay, I'm trying to use this advanced flight simulation fuel planning to kind of verify, but we'll go with what we have. I'm a bit surprised though that it's saying that the MD-82 would have a higher, so I'm actually a bit worried that, because I'm pretty sure the MD-82 had better efficiency, so I'm gonna go with the fuel load that it said, so 13,000, just to be on the safe side. Then we'll go ground ops, we'll connect the ground power, open the main, exit the cargo doors. I will also start with the battery. Make sure we have things on, and then the external ones. Let's have a look on the outside. Looks like they have opened up very nicely. I do think the insides of those have PBR now, so that's also something you might want to remove if you don't kinda, you know, it's nice to see the reflections, right? But sometimes it gets a bit too much, I've noticed, with these kind of enclosed spaces. We can start the boarding though while we wait. Should be a very quick one. I'm gonna have a very low amount of passengers actually. I'm gonna put 55 with GSX. And then okay, we're only going up to 21,000. Do we have the DC-9 here? We do. We'll do 50. No pushback tag. Boarding music. I don't think I have anything for BMI, so we'll use. Or did we have something? We had British boarding. British Airways. Well, let's use British Airways since they did get this airline. We do have a safety for British Midland though, so let's use that. We don't want to board crew. We'll just go with what we have. Not sure where the cargo is though. We're at the nice UK 2000 airport, the Gatwick version. So pretty nice. I have 767 there, some A320s. I guess or 19s, I don't know which one. EasyJet flies. And it's definitely not the Neo versions at least. Yeah, not the best. I need to fix the profile on this one. Look at that flight attendant being on top of the aircraft. Let's do some tests. Okay, that seemed to work. Anything else that we might want to do? For example, if you also do the PBR for the cockpit, you want to avoid like glossing up this one. I did that, looked pretty awful. We can open this one so we have a bit better view. if I'm not mistaken, I do think I can't open the, that's a bit annoying. Let's see if the, don't know why the what are they called? The ailerons are up and down. Let's see once we get going if that changes. I can put on that. I'll do the start pump as well. This one is a bit dark. I'm not sure if the PBR really solves that when I tried it. Could though. The only thing I actually have in PBR is it's these knobs. So if you're wondering why these knobs look a lot better, it's because they have gotten the PBR treatment. I'm not sure if all of them has, but at least these ones have gotten it, and I think these ones as well. You can see a bit of shimmer. Let's put position, anti-collision lights. So we're flying very old school, right? VOR flying, the favorite, at least for some people. And I'm gonna check what's the, is it BMI, BMIA, Midland. Okay, Midland is the call sign. Let's do it properly then and change to Midland. We'll import the flight plan. We won't be using any SIDS or stalls. Should make it all a bit more straightforward at least. So we're flying from 26 left to 11. 26 left, no star. Either runway 11 and then approach. We only have a VOR though, so that's I will be using the vectoring to get us in. It will basically be quite a almost a straight in approach. Did I crash the? Oh no, I didn't. Good. Just checking what the approach should be, since they should give us a bit of a turn. Wait, I'm just quickly gonna pause here. There we go. Had to go and help the missus, but I'm back now. Where were we? Maybe good to check our weather. Altimeter is the one I'm mostly interested in. 117, so it's a bit higher of a barometrical pressure. No standby one. We have to change this. It seems to change automatically, so that's good. The radar, we don't need to put that on, at least not yet. GSX seems to be done with the boarding. Still no cargo, so I guess they skipped that. Or then I haven't set it up properly, right? That's also a chance. The first one to go to is actually, though, in terms of the VR, is May. So that's 1117.9. So let's see, we'll change it here. So we have the right one. And that's a cause of... let me see, 1, 2, 3. There we go. That sucks a bit. I can't change the course with my lovely Logitech panel. It doesn't really work. It just changes with 10. So from 113 to 123, etc. But that will be fine. At least we can already see it here that it's working. It's picking up. So that's good. Since things are already happening, start pump on, and we will want to start the APU. So let's make sure we get that going. Let's also check if we had the Oh, we do have the checklist though.
Status. Check. Battery switch. Check faults. On air conditioning supply. Off. Cabin altitude control lever. Auto. Auxiliary hydraulic pump. Off. Fire protection. Test. Electrical power and air conditioning. Originating and receiving
My
checklist.
god, it's a long checklist. At least you saw that you can do that, so I think that's that should be good enough. We also have the takeoff one, where we can go based on our. So I would use the dispatch here.
We are ready to go when you are.
Check our takeoff weight around 94. Change to this. Oh, it's basically. So 93 is the closest. We can do flaps 15. You can choose here. Then it will transfer to the ASI bugs here. So that's pretty nice. So we have that set up. Let's connect to the sim. And it's probably gonna break because we're in the UK flying to Belgium. It's the worst. It's the only place where I know the ATC won't work the whole flight. But we'll use it anyway. We have the APU now. We probably don't need the central pumps, but I'll put them now for now.
Arriving and departing runway 08 right, 08 left, 26 left, 26 right.
I have the APU air. And let me change. Midland 4003, ready to copy IFR clearance.
Midland 4003 is cleared to Echo Bravo Alpha Whiskey as filed.
Echo Bravo Alpha Whiskey, that's correct. 26 left, that's
Climb and
correct.
maintain 4,000 feet.
4,000
Expect
feet.
higher clearances 2 minutes after departure.
So very low.
Radar director
2 minutes after
126.82.
departure.
Squawk 4235.
Midland 4003 is cleared to Echo Bravo Alpha Whiskey as filed. Climb and
Squawk.
maintain 4,000 feet. Expect higher clearances 2 minutes after departure. Radar director on 126.82. Squawk 4235.
35. 4.
4. You have not been given clearance yet.
Ready to copy IFR clearance Midland 4003.
Midland 4003 is cleared to Echo Bravo Alpha Whiskey as filed. Expect departure runway 26 left. Climb and maintain 4,000 feet. Expect higher clearances 2 minutes after
Oh,
departure.
it's the same we got already, okay.
Radar director
Maybe the bugging
126.82.
is starting.
Squawk 4235.
Midland
Hopefully not, though.
4003 is cleared to Echo Bravo Alpha Whiskey as filed. Climb and maintain 4,000 feet.
Let's
Expect
see,
higher
so
clearances 2
probably need
minutes
to put
after
the
departure.
seatbelt signs on.
Radar director on 126.82.
We can shut
Squawk 4235.
the
Midland
doors.
4003 read back correct. Altimeter is 3003. Contact ground
Good
on
morning, ladies.
121.8 when ready for pushback. Have a good morning.
E2. Our flight time
Altimeter
will
is
be roughly 2 hours.
3003 ground
Now
on
that the cabin door is
121.8
closed,
Midland
please ensure that all devices are in
4003.
airplane mode and your large devices are now shut.
Oh wait, it's the same. It's only one. You press one of them and both close. Makes
Cabin
sense.
for departure and cross-check.
Midland 4003, ready for pushback.
Midland 4003 pushback approved.
And we can then
Pushback
request.
approved Midland 4003.
Let me just undock the gateway. And we will ask for the pushback. With 26, that means we are gonna go to the right. Take off there. Is that in Chinese something? So this should be good. Oh wait, let me see, I'm getting a phone call. Pause quickly. Okay, there we go. Sorry, keeping it paused, but yeah, I had to get a phone call. Are we getting pushback? What the hell's going on? Oh, we are. Okay, good. There he is. Let's actually see. Or let's do it like this. This is usually quicker. Quite a low ceiling. Should be fine though, but let's see. Let's have a look on the front. Now I didn't add PBR on the outside, we can add it on the outside as well. That's I think gonna be the next thing I'll do actually. Bypass pin inserted. And we have gram pushback approved. We have disconnected everything, right? Let me just check if we have any chocks or similar. Doesn't look like it. Let me also check this before start. We need to do some things right. Put this one up. Ooh, we wanna face east, right? Sorry about that. Parking brake released. These are on. We can put this to both. We'll just have a look with these ones and skid and yaw dampener just so we have those. Midland 4003 ready for engine start.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your
Right
attention to the
engine
screen for an
start
important
approved.
Okay,
safety
engine start approved.
Engine start approved Midland 4003.
We're seeing the RPMs increase. That's a good sign. Oh yeah, these should be off, I think. Let's get that fuel. Let's have a look. Looks very good when the sun comes in like this. Then it doesn't look so bad even if it's not PBR. There's still some reflections. Okay, let's see. Looks like we have. I can barely hear the boarding announcement. There we go. The right engine is stabilized.
Starting left engine.
We start the left engine.
Parking brake set.
Okay, looks like it's starting. Looks good. The fuel cutoff lever, I guess we should wait till 20, right? I think it's with the Mad Dog that it might break the whole. We'll get that engine fire, right? I guess we'll misfire in some way. Yeah, the shadowing is not working that well on this airport. Is that a 777? I assume it is. Jesus Christ, there's a lot of aircrafts. It's probably because it's also spawning in from Heathrow. Actually, can you fix that with AIG injector settings? Doesn't look like it. I think you can do that with some of the other ones. I guess you could have a traffic limiter to remove. Let me show you this setting. To remove traffic at all other airports. Not the dumbest thing to have. Sorry. So we have a good start on both. Let's have a look. This is a 777. It doesn't look like a 300. It must be a 200, right? Or it's not the best model though. I have AIG. How does this one look? Well, now I'm getting just picky, right? It looks much better than Ultimate Traffic Live. Let's be honest about that. Position lights on. We'll do that probe. The cabin light should have been on emergency already. Small miss on my end. The APU gen should go off. Well, let's put on these. Ram air I think should be on. I hope it should be on. Oh Jesus Christ. That was not planned. We got smushed to pieces by the EasyJet, but okay. Okay, if that's how you want to play it. We can close these. The engine is on. Galley. We can go with that to off. Let me just see if we have these. Flight recorder, wire detector loop.
We're prepared for takeoff.
Everything looks good though. Anti-skid. Let me just check if there's anything we need to put on. Let's see with the one very far above. Can we get there? Maybe with this one if we go up. Yeah, looks good. It was a while since I flew this now. So being a bit extra cautious, I guess the nose lights will work as our landing lights. Midland 4003 ready to taxi.
Midland 4003 taxi to runway 26 left via taxiways Kilo, Papa, Alpha November, Alpha Echo.
Okay,
Parking
Hold
brake
short
released.
I'll
runway
release the
26
parking
left.
brake.
Taxi to runway 26 left via taxiways Kilo,
Going to
Papa,
flaps
Alpha
15.
November, Alpha Echo, Mike. Hold
Let's
short runway
see
26 left Midland 4003.
what we can put the trim to. Maybe like 5. 5 might be good. A bit above. We'll put these ones on. Standby norm. So we have that one. We'll put the servos on so we get the autopilot.
Parking brake set.
So release the parking brake. I don't know why it's saying fire detector loop. I really don't know. Can we arm this one? Fire detection loop. Oh wait a second. Let me just check one thing. Just realized I was transferring some files so I don't have my normal, what would you call it? My normal tiller. How did I think of it though? Why would I? I will actually leave as is for now. I was thinking of connecting to my other joystick for the tiller, but I'll just use the rudder as the tiller. Just gonna check what my download is. 95%. Yeah. Trying to back up some of my photoreal. Oh. Jesus Christ, these EasyJets are killing us today. Well, if you didn't see it, didn't happen, right? They are on a roll. Okay, let's continue our taxing. Let me just check that we're doing this right. Yeah. So we're just doing the normal kind of. Can we start bump to off? That should be out. Ooh, Air Mauritius. That's a beauty. A350. Looks very good with the PBR. Just need to tweak some things with it. Thinking maybe reduce it on the wings, certain areas at least of the wings. Then you could, if you really want to do it nicely, maybe reduce it on the texts. It's not impossible, it will just take a while and then you'll have to do... Will that even work? Can you do it on separate ones? I guess technically, right? But I guess you would need a separate model for each. Yeah, maybe not the smartest approach. Let me close. I have some texture files open since I was playing around with all the different PBR things. Okay, let's see. Looks good. Looks like we have a bit of an overcast. Nothing crazy, or too crazy at least. So we're turning here. Is there anyone else? Oh, is that a 787? Or a 2E1? Very interesting. That one looks very good. That's the model. I'm wondering if that's one of the AIG models. The engines look very good, even though the fuselage looks a bit... I guess the problem is that they can't put too much details into them because that will be an FPS killer. Let me also put up now there because I want to know how where we'll be turning afterwards. We're doing 8.5 with 117.4, so not too bad. Let's try to hand fly for a bit, and then we'll go to autopilot. Okay, we'll brake here. We actually turned a bit too early now, I realized. Midland 4003, ready for takeoff.
Midland 4003, tower on 124.22 Midland 4003.
We're getting the tower handoff now. Midland 4003, ready for takeoff.
Midland 4003 winds are 179er at 6 knots,
1200. Then we want to turn left.
Runway 26 left,
Yeah,
squawk
that makes sense.
4235, maintain runway heading until above 1,200 feet, then turn left heading 09er 5.
You want to track 1, 2, 3.
Cleared
Sorry.
for takeoff. 26 left squawking 4235, maintain runway heading until above 1,200 feet, then left to 09er 5 Midland 4003.
Let's put on the lights. Not the ground lights, but we do want to do the wing lights. And we actually do, if I'm not mistaken, right? You do want to put
Flaps 15.
these on in order to get flaps and stuff correctly set up. We don't need these pneumatic levers. Let me just check if I do the... Okay, now it seems to be gone. Okay, let's do this. Damn, it looks good. It really looks like a different model with the PBR, and that does help with the immersion. If you could just like tweak it slight bit so it's a bit less intense, that would be perfect. Alright, turning right. Okay, let's see. I think everything is set up correctly up here. We have a rotation speed of 131, unless I'm misremembering. 122 actually, so quite a bit less. 118. What's the flaps at now? The flaps are at 15, that's correct. Good, I think we're ready. Did we give any... Okay, nothing about the actual pressure ratio we should go with, but actually, if before we then do that, we should maybe... Sorry, that's my pack X. I'll try to check if we have the info in the sim. So if we do the checklist files, no. The checklist is good because we want to know the limitations, right? We want to know limitations, right? So where are the takeoff and V right speeds? But I want to know the takeoff EPR. Okay, so we are at basic level with a very cold UK weather, I'm gonna presume. Temperature of 9. Don't you have an... Let me see the EPR, what's it saying? 195? Is that what it's... Wouldn't be connected to weight, or maybe... Well, okay. Maybe that's more in terms of what weight we should, or at what speed we should take rotate. Let's have a look if it's looking clear. Yeah. The 767 seems to be going as well. Okay, 195 pressure ratio. Let's slowly start accelerating. Let's see now. Okay, we can go quite a bit higher, but how high? That's the $1,000,000 question. Let's try to stay.
80
Okay.
knots.
Yeah, 80 knots. Airspeed is alive. Check. Altimeter is set. Let's try to maintain the center
V1. Rotate.
and rotate.
V2. V2 plus 10.
We have a positive
Positive
rate of climb.
geared up. Geared up, last 5.
Do you want to decrease the flaps, right? I think that's the reason we're getting the warning.
Flaps retracted. Flaps up, slats retracted.
Looking quite good. 1200, and then we'll start turning left. They give us a specific heading, left heading 09 or 5. We can start turning left.
Midland 4009 to flight level 110, contact Gatwick radar director on 126.82.
No
Midland
slides can go off.
4003.
Let's trim this.
Radar director Midland
I'm gonna
4003 climbing to flight level 110. Midland 4003, good morning.
We should probably be at 19. Let's be a bit careful in terms of how high we pitch. We can do this to 191. I think should be an okay EPR, it seems.
Midland 4003 climb to flight level 170, contact London control on 118.47.
170.
Climb to flight level 170 center on 118.47. Take care Midland 4003.
Let's be a bit careful. I don't want to overspeed, and I don't want to
Center Midland
descend
4003
either.
climbing to flight level 170.
Looks pretty good as of now. We only have the long range cruise settings. Isn't there one for a climb? Let me try to... I'm trying to trim this one out a bit. Now we should be descending. Let's add a bit of thrust. Okay, we're very close. Only around 12 nautical miles. Till we should turn to the next one. Do we have the... I guess you can choose which one. Heading might be the easier one. And now we're not really climbing at all. Let's trim a bit more. At around 5 nautical miles, we should probably start changing to the next one. That's 085.
Gentlemen, we have now passed 10,000 feet. You may now
Now
turn
we're
on your
again
larger
pitching up
boarding
like crazy. It's quite a hard one to get the trim right.
seatbelt fastened while you're seated and do not congregate in the galley or near the lavatory.
Okay, 085. And it was 117. Oh, let's try to turn. We'll a bit cross it, unfortunately. Been a bit too aggressive. Okay, but let's change to the one we want to have. And then 085. And we're above 10,000 feet, so that's good news. We can retract those. And we don't need to keep the speed as religiously as we did, right? We're above the clouds, so I'll ask the passengers to remove their seatbelt signs. Or their seatbelts. I'll remove the seatbelt signs so that they'll remove their seatbelts. Okay, we're getting closer to 17,000. Have we gotten any higher clearances? 170. That's still the highest we got. So let's keep an eye on that. I'll put that to standard. Flies very nicely. Maybe I can get a good banner picture once we have established with the autopilot actually. Did I forget? No, I did put the yaw dampener on. We wanna do the localizer, I think. In terms of vertical speed, let's see.
1,000 to go.
Let's decrease a bit. Let's get a nice picture here of the British Midland. Okay, we're almost at 1.7 to go. We're supposed to climb up to 210, but we haven't yet gotten any new clearance. I really like the autopilot on this, it works very well, to be honest. Okay, let's keep a bit of a lookout on that speed, we'll decrease the pressure ratio, we're really driving these engines hard. Long range cruise at 21,000 feet. We are at around 92, right? With an outside of probably minus 20 something. 155.
Climb to flight level 210 Midland 4003.
Okay, so very low EPR. Flight level 210. Okay, let's put these to around, I think 160 should be a good one. If I remember this one correctly. And just to show you what kind of things we're looking at, right? It's these tables, right? That they will tell you what values you should have. Where you should kind of limit yourself and in order to fly properly. Okay, I'm gonna pull back. While at the same time increase our vertical ascension. Do we have any good viewpoints? A few. Looks very good. It's like a totally new aircraft, to be honest, with the PBR. Can't imagine it really did that big of a difference. I haven't seen it action right before in the sense of going from non-PBR to PBR. So when you add your own, it's a huge difference. Even though when you go close, you can really see the texture limitations starting to show their effects. But hell, even the wings look pretty good, even though they are a bit glossy. This one should also be at 160. So this one is gonna be quite a long journey. I'm amazed actually that we're picking it up, considering it's 120 nautical miles away from us. But that's nice to see. I have to keep a bit of a look. We have used around 1,000, a bit more on the right compared to the left. They're quite synchronized now though. Does this one have any sort of... it has failures, right? Oh, we don't wanna... we don't wanna be messing with that.
Center Midland 4003 climbing to flight level 210.
Let's raise the EPR just a tiny bit since we're climbing. We can also arrest our ascent a bit. Let me see what else. Floor lights. May mark. Not sure what that does. We can already start planning for our arrival though. We have a minimum of 5.5. It's a very low minimum, or very high minimum, because we're doing a VOR landing. Or a VOR approach, to be precise. And it's 113.5, 103. We have Mach hold, which you can also do in case you wanna fly based on your speed and maintain that. I think it's a very common way to climb with these older aircrafts, to use the IS hold or Mach hold. Looks very beautiful. I almost thought it was islands, but it was it's the shadows. Nothing close to X-plane, of course. I'm almost starting to miss the... let's actually go to the altitude hold now. But I'm also starting to miss the 2D clouds. I might go back. Getting a bit tired of the... even though some things work very well with the volumetric ones. But yeah. They are not as nice otherwise. Oh, we do have altitude hold. I do presume that altitude hold, yeah, it does do altitude hold. You can see it on my separate Logitech autopilot panel. Anything we have forgotten? Don't think so. One question could be in terms of anti-icing. Should be used there. Let's do the VR lock so we actually get on the nav. Or on the correct angle that we're trying to have. Are we already across the channel? I guess this is Dieppe or whatever. Yeah, okay, it's not long. Damn. That's fast. I wonder if British Midland would have flown to, I guess maybe not from Gatwick, but to Antwerpen, or maybe, pretty sure it would have flown to Brussels at least. It's very close to Antwerpen.
Heading 060 Midland 4003.
In a few moments, we'll be starting our in-flight service. We will be serving complimentary drinks and snacks. Please look in your seat back for our list of complimentary and premium drinks. Premium drinks are available for a small charge.
Center on 126.47 Midland 4003.
Interesting how we are.
Center Midland 4003 at flight level 210. Heading 060 Midland 4003.
Yeah, I'm not sure how it's working this VR. Because the lock should have worked there. Let me check if I can open. I have no clue. Not sure why it wanted to. Why it wouldn't follow the. Why it wouldn't lock us, right? That's weird. Oh, the weather changed. And a bit of a higher. Tad bit higher in terms of the cloud base. Good times. It looks a bit better now. Around 80 nautical miles. I'll follow their descent clearances. Lights are off, so that's good. What about seatbelt signs? Serving drinks and stuff. Probably have to interrupt them a bit, unfortunately for the passengers. Yeah, wonderful, and it looks pretty good though. This is the only reason why I do have a hard time sometimes moving, because it can look very good in P3D as well, the volumetric ones. It's just not very realistic though. That's my biggest gripe with it, to be frank. You don't really get a visualization of how the weather actually looks. But it's better for FPS, so I'll give it that. Okay, let's see. Getting there slow and steadily. Okay, let's see. Looks like we are getting on the right. Now I want to see. Will we be able to contact Russell Center?
Center on 125.0 Midland 4003.
1.5.0. Yes, we're at Brussels.
Center Midland 4003 at flight level 210.
Let's go a bit. Oh, we're getting into a new weather. Let's turn a bit. So we're really on our top of descent, so we should basically be, and I'm already gonna lower the EPRs a bit so we so we get some leeway from overspeeding, since we are going to be descending very shortly. 160.
Descend to flight level 160 Midland 4003.
That should be 160. We don't have altitude hold anymore. That should be around 700, I think. Let's throttle down even more. Still have enough fuel.
Resume navigation Midland 4003.
Throttling down, yes. Are we descending fast enough though? Nope. We need to descend much faster. Around 2000 feet per minute if I'm not mistaken. Okay, we are descending. Still think a bit too slow. One more. I'll continue to pull back on the throttles. We can already start figuring out what destination weather. What's the transition altitude? 5,000, right? 4,500. Way to go, Europe. Keeping us guessing. You would think that they would want to have one solution, but oh well. Okay, let's see now.
4003, you are off course. Turn right heading 105 to return to course. Heading 105 Midland 4003.
I wanted to use the VOR though a bit more, but I'm not sure why it hasn't been functioning as
1,000 to go.
advertised.
Midland 4003, descend to flight level 110.
110.
Descend to flight level 110 Midland 4003.
We'll continue our descent. Maybe we can keep a bit to the right. I'll ask our dear passageraren to guess we need to do it that way. What's gonna be in the winds aloft? We're gonna be in the clouds.
Stop sign. Please return to your seats and fasten.
What? Well, it's basically gonna be around 2 current winds at the aircraft. It's gonna be plus degrees, so we should be fine. No need for anti-ice. At least not yet. What's this one? Descend, cabin altitude, climb. Did I forget to set that maybe? Yeah, how great. Take off, unpressurized, cabin altitude, landing altitude. That's something that we should set. That's basically gonna be 0. What was the altimeter? 10, 20, 312. So landing barrow. Okay, we're slowly getting, I'll throttle down even more. Looks very beautiful here down in, I think this is Belgium, right? Yeah, this is not true Earth Netherlands, as you can see a bit of a difference. Maybe this is. This looks very good. 08.
Heading 085 vectors to the VOR approach for runway 11 descend and maintain 3,000 feet. Altimeter is 3009er Midland 4003.
So we should probably turn a bit more.
Expect the VOR approach to runway 11.
Yeah, what are you talking about? Midland. Heading 085. So we want to keep almost this heading already. Maybe a bit to the left. I'm just looking at the piloted C, right? Because why it gave us that one. And we want to descend and maintain 3,000 feet. If we are gonna successfully do that, we need to. So we're gonna reach 10,000 very soon. Let's have a look at the spoilers, the speed brakes. How do they look? Well, not that fancy. Okay, let's see. We're almost at the right one now. Did we already change the altimeter, or did I go 312?
We have begun our final
Wilco
descent
Midland
to your
4003.
destination. Flight attendants will be passing
We
through
can
the tunnel
maybe
to collect any
arrest our
valuable
descent a
final
bit
time.
in order
Please
to
ensure tracing
slow
is
it down
ensured
enough.
during the full upright position. Please
Okay,
also
maybe we don't
store
want
any
to go
carry-on items either
totally
in
to
the back
zero
pocket
with
or
the...
under the seat in front of you.
Since we're now following a heading, we could do...
Heading 090
Okay, a
Midland
bit to the right.
4003.
We don't want to overdo it with this AI ATC. Okay, so 113.5 103 in in terms of course. And we just need to be very observant now. We're very close actually already, so that's good to be aware of. Now put the slats on already. I like how P3D are in the clouds though. It looks so much better than X-Plane in that regard. They should just do that. Doesn't have to be, I mean, if you're looking from the outside, right? You still want to see your aircraft even if you're in the cloud base. Okay, we're slowly getting now. We need to slow it down. I think that's the key to getting this to be successful. We want to be at 2,000 feet. For the approach. Yeah.
Slats extended.
I'll add slats.
Descend to 2,000 feet Midland 4003. Midland 4003, turn right heading 090. Heading 090 Midland 4003.
Let's try to descend a bit more, see if we can. Can we do the VR lock? Let's see. Will that work? The $1,000,000 question. Can we go to flaps 5?
Flaps 5.
Maybe we drop the gears as well. That should be enough.
You're down and locked.
We're still a bit high. Not crazy, but a bit, definitely. Let's go to flaps.
Flaps 15.
Fly heading 090, cleared for 4_DME to runway 11, contact tower on 135.2. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Fly
The light
heading
should have gone on. I
090,
forgot about
cleared
that.
for 4_DME approach to runway 11 tower on 135.2 Midland 4003.
Yeah, look at this. It's gonna be a very on the hair.
Tower Midland 4003 inbound for bore approach runway 11.
I need to arrest the descent a bit because we're gonna hit the ground. Looks like there is some bad weather.
Altimeter is 3012 Midland 4003. Continue bore approach to runway 11 will call when established on final Midland 4003.
Well, it looks like it's pretty good weather at some places. There we go. We have the runway in sight. I'm gonna do manual controls.
Flaps 25.
Let's get back into a good... Okay, we're at flaps 25. Didn't check the landing ones though, but that's around 130 if we do the...
Flaps 40.
That was a bit off though, the VR. Or maybe it is a bit of an offset. I guess we can do flaps 40 actually. We don't need to go
1,000 feet.
crazy. 1,000 to go. Can we... Yeah, we can arm the speed brake.
Midland 4003 winds
to land runway 11 Midland 4003.
Okay, clear to land, runway 11. Yeah, I should have said that we were established. That was a bit of a miss on my end. Okay, we're at minimums. Continue.
500
We're a bit
feet.
high though now.
Flaps 50.
Maybe we can add flaps 50 just to really slow down here at the end. We're a bit
100 feet.
50, 30, 10,
ah,
4003 exit runway
60 knots.
no, no. So yeah, we did it. Okay, we should have gone around at that point. That was me being a bad influence.
30 p.m. Edit.
I got the get the righties, so I overshot. And now I'm gonna show you how we do this the James Bond way.
As items may have shifted during the flight. We thank you for flying with us, and we hope to see you again.
Should be good enough. Now let's make sure we don't overspeed. We'll turn here. We'll don't think we need a start pump though now. Hey, we managed to get down. We left it very very hairy, very close. We came in with too fast of a speed, to be honest. Was the main issue. Then I should have done a more firm landing. Well, we're here at Antwerpen. I'm not sure the DC-9. Let me see. Antwerpen DC-9. Looks like there is pictures of the DC-9 at Antwerp airport. So maybe not totally strange. Midland 4003, ready to taxi.
Midland 4003 contact Antwerp ground.
God, it's so hard to taxi with the rudder since I don't use my tiller.
Ground
good
on
luck.
121.9er for taxi clearance. Midland 4003.
And now we have the APU again. I can shut those. We'll keep them on so we can shut the engines. But yeah, we did it. One thing I need to fix is these lights though. They're way too strong during daylight. It was a while since I did fix that. I did it on the black box though, so it's not impossible. Landing lights can go off. Let me have a look at what Midland 4003 ready to taxi. Oh, and look, there's birds.
Midland 4003 sorry. No gate available at this airport.
Ah, damn it. I do wonder if the normal aircraft use this taxiway. It seems very tiny, but I guess it's mainly. Let's have a look actually. What's here? A 737 is a 600 maybe. Is the max 400? What's the OO YOS? So OO YOS, or is it YAS? So 700. Okay, okay. Well, if it can be here, then we can be here as well. I would assume. This is a freeware airport. It looks very good. Maybe not the trees are the best, but I've seen much worse, to be honest. Oh, and now we're actually hitting some of the ground there. Not so immersive. But yeah, really looking forward to seeing actually how the landing went. Actually, I'm wondering if it would be a possibility to see how the... I'm gonna break a bit, but here you can see how the are these also in PBR now? I don't know anymore. The wings did look a bit different though, 'cause I don't think I put them in PBR in the virtual cockpit, right? Because there's two different models. You have this model and then the inside model where you don't have all of the outside displayed. Let me check here. Do we have any parkings? Maybe this 131. We'll use Thomas Cook, because why not? But this seems to be good. I guess one should need to fix the... what's it called? The AFCAD of the airport, and then it should work. We can shut the nose lights so we don't finish him off. Okay, let's see.
Parking brake set.
Yeah, now we're talking. We'll shut the things off. Just need to be able to drag it down. There we go. And let me close pilot to ADC. Make sure we get that landing. I'll open one of the... I'm hearing some sounds. Maybe that one is about to... Let me close the door, see if that was the trick. It was. 160. Pretty good landing, I must say. No, but it wasn't. I'm not too proud when I do these. I mean, this airport you need to be careful, right?
Flaps 50.
Yeah, let's not revisit that one immediately. Let's
Flaps 40.
go back and look at our approach. Hopefully with the Coolsky it should work quite okay at least. So as you can see, a bit of an overcast. Looks very good though. P3 with lighting look amazing, right? Look at that. And then when you look close, not so good, but far away, it looks very good. So here we're coming down. We're a bit high, which you don't want to be, because look at how short the runway is. Couldn't they extend it a tiny bit? I guess it depends on what kind of traffic you want to have at the airport, right?
Flaps 50.
Yeah, then I went to flaps 50 in the hopes of that would save us. Started arresting our descent too soon, that's the problem. Should have done more dive and drive. And here we do float, not too long, but enough to miss.
80 knots.
We get down with the back wheels first. And then we really have to punch like all the full outer thrust, braking. And I mean, technically we do stop in time with even some margin, about 15 meters. So it could have been worse. But yeah, I would not recommend pushing it to that extent. And then we do our James Bond reverse. How did it look though if we do it with let me see if we do it with we don't need as long. If we change the viewpoint, let's see what viewpoints. I don't think. Let's do this one.
Don't think. Don't think. Don't think.
Don't think.
Don't think.
Very annoying sound.
Don't think. Don't
So it looks
think.
pretty good.
Don't think.
Very
Don't think.
kind of glossy. Glossy surface. Let's see, there we have the nice airport. This is a very good freeware airport, to be honest. And here we come down. Oh, that's where we should have hit. Then we miss. Then we do get down. If I was a passenger, I would just be like, hey, this looks pretty good. And then, oh no. And then around here I would be like, okay, at least we'll survive. Yeah, not the best to leave it this late. But yeah, hopefully enjoyed this short little video flying the British Midland, the BMI, down to Antwerpen from Gatwick. And if you do wanna, I'm not sure if I can do links yet, but otherwise do just search on Adam J. Pestridge and PBR for P3D and you will get some really good guides on how to do it. It's very easy. It took me like 20 minutes to figure it out, so you can probably do it faster than what I did. But yeah, that's it. Hopefully you enjoyed this short little video. If you have any questions, leave them down below. Otherwise, thank you for watching. Bye bye.